little screen and everything between team. We're watching the final three awards of the night, tonight's Oscars, and then we're gonna get ready to talk about all the snubs, surprises.
There are some snubs.
There's been some craziness.
There's been some snobbery as well as snubbery, that's for sure.
And apparently divorce proceedings.
There might be. All right, we have Jessica Chastain here and Halle Berry. Halle Berry is, of course, replacing Will Smith because he's not welcome.
Why is that?
Well, typically the previous year's winners return to
We use every tool at our disposal to
pass
help
the
us create
torch, so
the
to
world
speak,
we
but
care
that
for.
will not be happening.
You can find valuable
Gotta pass
pieces
the
of
slack.
insight from anything around you.
Well,
Script,
Halle Berry
the
was-
director,
man,
your
I mean,
fellow
not that she ever
actors,
does
costume,
incredible,
everything.
that's right. But
I
You
would
know, it's
much
how
rather
the
be looking at
performer
Halle
brings
Berry
to the
than
role
Will Smith, if
personally
that's the
that truly
conversation.
forges that character
I
into
can agree with that.
existence. These nominees showed intelligence, curiosity,
that's
and a
not
commitment to revealing the character's humanity.
Are we
and
all on
value
the Brendan
aspects
Fraser
of
train
the
here?
no,
No.
Frank, you and I went Brendan
Here are the
Fraser.
nominees
He went
for
Austin
performance
Butler.
by an
I did Austin
actor in a
Butler.
leading role.
We
So
will see what happens here.
Austin
this is
Butler
the only moment
as
where Jeremy can gain a point, but even so, I won tonight. No matter what happens.
On some questionable calls.
3 years in a row,
Also,
Francesca wins.
if we count the short films and the documentary films that Francesca decided to outlaw, I would be tying with her, but that's neither here nor
Is it here or there?
there. It's neither.
Is it everywhere?
All at once.
Semantics.
We can get into the nitty gritty of why we think.
You would not have had another 4 points.
I'm not down by 4 points, ma'am.
You're at 7 and I'm at 11. So
Wow, she is.
Brendan Fraser.
What can you do?
oh my god, guys.
What if,
Brendan Fraser.
see, if he wins, nothing happens points wise for either of us.
Are you actually trying to hurt me right now?
Yeah, like well, Frank and I move ahead of you some more. Well, Frank ties you actually if he wins.
I thought you picked,
No, he and I both went for you.
oh, okay, never mind.
After some.
I misunderstood.
We still need to see after.
Much like the Oscar people, voters misunderstood your assignment picking the best song.
No, they did not. They picked the right song.
No, they got caught up in a fantastic scene. I looked in About Time.
I've not seen this one yet.
I've not seen this film, but
I haven't seen that either.
but I mean, in About Time, he's wonderful.
He's also pretty great in that, actually.
Actually,
And Underworld.
he's better than the science guy.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
And
There you
the
go.
Oscar goes to Brendan Fraser.
Oh, your dream has come true.
Guys, Brendan Fraser is an Oscar winner! Oh, look at him hug his son!
It is an Encino Man reunion show, is what it is right now.
As pointed out by
Yes.
Senor Kimmel.
Oh my god!
Here comes the waterworks from Francesca.
I'm so happy for him!
We're about to have probably.
This happened earlier with King Kwan too,
I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're going to get a banger of a speech too for a second here.
So
So
this is what the multiverse looks like. Oh, my goodness. I thank the Academy for this honor and for our Studio A24 for making such a bold film. And I'm grateful to Darren Aronofsky
Isn't tissue?
for throwing me a creative lifeline and hauling me aboard the good ship, the Whale. It was written by Samuel D. Hunter, who is our lighthouse. Gentlemen, you laid your whale-sized hearts bare so that we could see into your souls like no one else could do. And it is my honor to be named alongside you in this category.
It's such a cool year for like Hollywood stories.
I want to tell you-
Definitely more so than last previous years. Yeah, it's a good.
of the talent of
And
Hong
good
Kong.
quality wins for quality people.
100%.
And
Nice guys can finish first
I started
sometimes.
in this business 30 years ago, and things they didn't come easily to me. But there was a facility that I didn't appreciate at the time until it stopped. And I just want to say thank you for this acknowledgement, because it couldn't be done without my cast. It's been like I've been on a diving expedition on the bottom of the ocean, and the air on the line to the surface.
We're sorry for all the dead air. We're just
That
really
was
wrapped
insane.
up.
Not a fun show for
I'm sorry.
watching
I'm
inside our
really
faces.
captivated by
Holden and
his
Inland
speech,
and
and
Griffin. I love
I'm
you,
so
Griffin.
happy for him.
My manager,
And
Joanne Kelowna,
look at those
Jennifer
beautiful
Platt.
sons. They're very handsome.
and the best person named Jeannie.
Sure.
Thank you again, each one and all. I'm so grateful to you. Good night.
Oh.
Well, there you go. You got finally won.
Huge news.
Now we just need Michelle Yeoh to take it.
You've been on the Brendan Fraser train for a long
I've
time.
been on the Brendan Fraser train the same stories with Jungle, you guys.
Which amazingly, that one was not nominated.
I know.
That's how about snub.
The Academy really
And now,
Doesn't-
here are the nominees
doesn't have
for
great taste in
performance
that
by
respect.
actress in a
They
leading
just
role.
don't respect Leslie, man. That's
Oh my
what it
god.
is.
Alright, is it gonna be Michelle or Kate? I think it's gonna be Michelle. I mean, everything everywhere is sweeping tonight.
It's doing quite well. So this one is kind of
Maybe the
irrelevant to
only thing
our.
that didn't win was original song, right?
All's quiet when it comes.
Or no, costume. It didn't
Yeah.
win costume. Okay.
That went to Wakanda forever.
Yeah. So it hasn't quite swept, but
You know, our contest was relatively close for a while. The
it
last
was.
3 or
The
4,
start, yeah.
and
And then there were a few that we all got wrong.
right. There's a couple that were just not. We'll discuss them sure at length at some point in
Yeah.
the future.
Oh,
Again, she was great. The movie's unwatchable.
blonde.
Yeah, but she was great.
The quote unquote write-in candidate film.
Yeah. The grassroots campaign had. There was apparently like a whole meeting about whether or not they were going to take away her nomination because of the way that she campaigned.
But she did not technically violate any rules.
She did not.
Yeah, this Frank correctly predicted I would not like her in this movie.
In the
And
Fablemans.
her character was awful.
And Michelle Williams is so talented, and this is what, nomination number 5?
I feel like trying anything though.
Really?
What?
Manchester by the Sea, My Week with Marilyn, Brokeback Mountain, what's the other one that she was in?
Dawson's Creek.
Not an Oscar nomination. Oh my god. Michelle is dressed like a friggin' queen. This is her moment.
And the Oscar goes
Here
to
we go. Let's do it, guys.
Michelle Yeoh.
The one.
Oh my god! Oh my god, guys! There's a whole party going on in Malaysia right now for her mom to be able to watch.
Oh, really?
She was putting it out on Instagram earlier today, and it's. Oh my goodness!
I thought Jamie Lee Curtis for supporting.
All 3 acting categories that they were nominated in, they won.
They've also won Best Director, Best Writer, and they're on their way to winning Best Picture here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's.
Editing, they won.
Because from here on out, we have all the same picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's only one
There's
film
only
left.
the one category.
from here on out.
left,
Yeah. I need to double check your math. I'm pretty sure you're
Fine.
adding tallies or missing tallies.
Wow, I'm being accused of cheating, ladies and gentlemen.
Would not be the first time.
For all the little boys and girls who look like me watching tonight, this is the beacon of hope and
This is the
possibility.
first, I believe,
This is proof
the first
that dreams dream
time
big and
an Asian
dreams
American actress
do
has
come
won.
true. And ladies, don't let anybody
It's
tell
even
you
the first time they
you
were
are ever
nominated.
past your prime. Never give up.
What a great moment for her. I have,
It's amazing how well this movie's done. The award season is just.
and I mean, if you think about it, Everything Everywhere came out in March of last year, like end of March, so like right around this time. And so to think that this movie really stood the test of time, because normally studios will very strategically release films later in the
You're
year.
right.
All the moms in the
I think
world,
the
because
biggest testament
they
is
are
the
really
why it's so good is the fact that all three of us
and
agree
without them,
Yeah.
none of us
from the
would
word
be here
go.
tonight.
And I think that that's the other thing too with this movie. I mean, we talked about it a lot previously, where there are those who want to say that the Academy is very hoity-toity, and there's certainly a lot of snobbery involved. I get all that, but Everything Everywhere is a movie that crosses those lines. It is
It's artistic. It's message.
I
It's,
love you guys.
100%. It is expert filmmaking at
And
its
also to my
best,
extended
and it
family
is
in Hong
wildly
Kong, where I
entertaining
started my
and
career.
crosses.
Thank you for
that
letting
boundary.
me stand on your shoulders, giving me a leg up so that I can be here today. And to my godchildren, to my sisters,
It's a deserved
all of them,
film.
to my brothers,
I love you, Michelle.
oh God, to my family. Thank you.
maybe she'll watch this later. She'll hear that.
Thank you to the Academy.
She's a big fan of the show.
And she,
We talk all the time.
I love you, Michelle, yo. Oh my goodness.
And we have Harrison Ford left to present Best Picture.
Stephanie Sue is so happy for everybody.
that would have swore she would have won over Jamie Lee Curtis.
And now, please welcome Academy Award nominee Harrison
I
Ford.
don't disagree that Stephanie had the better performance and was truly the standing supporting standout.
I think it's more of a lifetime award.
Jamie won as a recognition of her career.
Plus the fact that she did do a lot of her stunts.
Oh, she was great. It was
From
wrong.
stories to blockbusters. The films nominated for our final
Time for
award tonight
Hollywood's favorite grumpy grandpa
brought movie theaters
to
around the
give
world
us.
back to theaters,
He is quite grumpy all the time, isn't
whether
he?
providing a few
I love it.
hours of
Do you think it's an act?
welcome escape
No.
I think he's grumpy.
I think
or the
he's just grumpy.
opportunity to connect emotionally with different cultures, or inspiring reflection, encouraging
I really liked the
empathy.
stage design tonight.
Movies can transform our lives. The movies we honor tonight have real
Women
power.
Talking won.
Once again, here
Sarah
are the
Polley
nominees for
won
Best Picture.
Best adapted
All
screenplay.
Quiet on the Western Front.
See, this one, the sound. Just look how the Top Gun falls quiet, no sound.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
After we watched Top Gun, we did not mention the sound once.
I don't think, I mean,
After watching Western Front, we all mentioned the sound.
we mentioned the score.
And the sound.
I mean, if you talk about sound mixing and sound editing, I understand Maverick winning.
And the Oscar goes
Do you
to
agree?
Everything, Everywhere.
There
No
it is.
surprise.
Everything Everywhere All at Once is this year's Best Picture winner, you guys. Our favorite film of the year just won Best Picture.
Academy Award.
Crazy.
We have clout apparently.
7 Oscars.
This is all because of us.
So, I mean, I guess what, second place we go to All's Quiet as far as awards tonight?
Yeah. That Top Gun. I think
So
that's
Top Gun, they got
two.
two, yeah.
This
All's Quiet got 3 or
means
4.
that Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, and Tar were all shut out. That is crazy.
So was the Fablemans.
Oh my god, the Fablemans were shut out too. That's heartbreaking for me to realize.
But who
Triangle of Sadness.
There is
also.
no movie
deservedly so.
without our brilliant and big-hearted cast and crew. But not just these beautiful souls here. Also,
Harry
up there,
Sheen Jr.
in
of
Little
Glee
Tokyo, we see
is an
you.
Oscar-winning film.
So this award,
I love it.
it's ours. I really,
It was crazy to hear that James Hong is
it's
in over
intimidating speaking up here, let
600.
me just tell you that.
That's insane.
Yeah, and he started acting at
I never thought
25.
I'd get to
People
see
like
a lot of
Samuel
work
Jackson has
with
been in a
all
lot of
these people.
movies, but like,
Thank you to the
he
Academy.
apparently needs to step up his
A24.
game.
We have about
Thank
400
you
to
so
go.
much. You saw our weirdness and support.
Sam started even later in life,
Yeah,
though, if I
for
remember
that.
correctly.
Really?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah,
To my
he was-
brilliant
Wow.
and beautiful wife, Ani.
Late 30s,
If
early
all the
40s.
shiny stuff and
But
tuxedos
if
goes
he
away, I
stayed
would
busy
love to be
working
laundry
for
and
70
absolutely
years,
for the rest of my life.
That literally means he was making
But
like
this is
8
for
or
my
9
dad.
films a year.
They're also like
Who,
5
so many
minute
of your
parts and
parents
Yeah.
died.
And I know that, like, he did,
extras
like,
or
Friends
He's
and
so
different
proud
things
of you,
like that,
not
and some of
because-
it was voice work. He did the Kung Fu
Okay.
Panda movies and
Yeah.
different things, but
Have you
still,
remembered this movie?
the fact that
Wait,
he kept getting
I
paid,
go back to Big Trouble in Little
It's more
China.
important.
it's a fantastic thing.
I'm really glad that you made me
And
watch
no one's more
that.
important than anyone else.
Yeah.
And these weirdos
This
right
is such
here
a deserving
supported
moment.
me in doing that. From Godzilla, Memory Eternal. Daniels, I don't know what to say. I love you guys. You just wanted that picture.
We've said enough tonight. I just want to say
Best
that
director,
thank you
best
so much for
editing,
going through. You have all inspired
Best
me. I think one
picture,
of the things
best
that I
actress, best
realized
supporting
growing
actress,
up
best
is that
supporting
one of the best
actor.
things we can do for each other
And
is
best
shelter each
original
other from the
screenplay.
Best
chaos
original
of
screenplay.
This crazy world we live in.
Not a bad night.
The storytelling
That
service
is
did
an
that for me.
incredible night.
The world is changing rapidly, and I fear that our stories aren't keeping at pace. And
What a great moment for
I
Asian Americans too.
sometimes it's a little scary knowing that movies move at the rate of years and the world on the
Wow.
internet is moving at the rate of milliseconds. But I have great faith in our stories.
If you had to go into the
These stories
pantheon,
have
like
changed
right
my
now,
life,
where does
and,
this movie
they've
rank
done
for
that
you
for
in the
generations,
all-time
and I
best
know that
picture
we'll
winners?
get through this. Have a great
So
night,
here's,
guys. Thank you so
I'm
much.
dedicating my year to watching all of the films that have won Best Picture.
All the ones that you haven't seen.
All the ones I hadn't previously seen. So, because
How's that going so far?
I need to catch up. I'm behind.
I did my part watching these movies.
Hey,
No, you can still miss two.
Well, one's in theaters, and I'm not gonna pay you to see it. And one, obviously shut off for a reason.
Goodness gracious.
It was shut out.
I know. But
I did not miss
I'm
anything.
just really glad you saw Women Talking and that you really liked it.
Yeah.
Like that is my kind of gold star here. Sorry to Matt Damon to be just
again, yeah.
The joke that never goes away. Never.
Alright, Frank, can you mute this so that we can talk about the night here really quick? Frank, to answer your question, I think I need more.
Number of telecasts without it.
That's great.
Goodbye, Cocaine Bear.
Oh, the doggy. I think it's gonna rank pretty high for me in kind of the pantheon, probably at least in the top 10.
Okay.
Is
I
my
can see that. Who do you have above it right now?
Parasite.
maybe Parasite.
You have a type, don't you?
Probably Titanic.
First Avatar.
That didn't win Best Picture. Hurt Locker did.
Those are two totally different years.
No, it is not, because
Titanic and Hurt Locker did not come out in the same year.
no, I mean Avatar and Hurt Locker.
Oh, Avatar.
I was like, even I was like,
My mistake.
I'm like, no.
what?
Hurt
What?
Locker beat Avatar.
This
so-
divorce might go through tonight.
It just might. All right, guys. So let's just really quickly try to wrap up this evening. I know Jeremy has to get up early. I don't want to kind of ramble on for too long.
Oh, you
Again,
enjoy rambling on.
I won the night, and that is really the most important thing.
So humble.
But
So,
just
Yes, sitting on a couch in Orlando, Florida. Francesca won the night for the Academy Awards.
of all the people tonight,
Of all the
she's
people,
the winner.
I'm the
Francesca's
true,
winner.
yeah. No, just kidding. All right. Jeremy, how did you feel about this Oscars telecast?
I thought it was pretty good actually.
Yeah?
I mean, it went off. I mean, without a hitch. I think it was well done. Production value was very good. Nothing obviously like last year.
Yeah.
No surprises, no craziness, no. They really reined it in. I thought they put on a good show.
I think so too. Frank, what about you?
One of the better ones in a while.
I still think Jimmy Kimmel's monologue is too long. If you cut that down in half, you can give more time to people from makeup and production design who don't normally get to speak on a mic and have their moment. I watch the Academy Awards for those speeches and those moments and to applaud the people who provided excellence in their field for that year. And to see some people get cut off because they're switching who gets to go to the mic, those are the things that frustrate me. But overall, it was, like you both said, it was a very good production. It was very well done. I thought the presenters did a good job. I take very little issue with most of the winners, but I do just struggle with the fact that I don't need a 15-minute monologue for the Oscars. Like, it doesn't need to happen for me. Like, give me a tight 5 and then give that time to the winners. That's it. That's the only thing I would change.
They only played off one person.
Oh no, they played off like 4 people.
Oh,
I only saw one.
There was a couple of different people who, when they would try to go back, especially like teams of people that won,
okay.
where somebody would try to go to the mic and talk, and they wouldn't, and the music
And they
would
would
just
just-
kick right
yeah.
in that dead silent spot, and then they wouldn't get to go speak.
Okay.
So those, and then some of the people just stood on stage and yelled. Other people just kind of took the loss
Yeah.
and walked off.
Some saying happy birthday.
And yeah, that too, that did happen. So
I know what you're saying about the monologue. I do think that Jimmy Kimmel did a good job. Again, he was the safe choice to host. He's done it before. He's fine. He's perfectly adequate. I don't think he's one of the hosts that we're going to go down in history talking about the great Oscar hosts.
he's not Bob Hope. He's not Billy Crystal.
No, but he's solid, and I think he did a solid job once again.
I know you're not a big Billy Crystal
I'm not a
guy.
big Billy fan. I'll take Jimmy over Billy every day of the week.
Really?
100%.
Wow.
I think one thing I really liked Billy Crystal in, one or two things, was Soap, way back in the early
Wow.
80s.
You don't even like When Harry Met Sally?
No.
All right.
I'll
Now we
give
have
you
a
your
problem
movie.
here.
City Slickers is
I'll
one
give
of
you
my
your movie.
all-time
Now we've
favorites.
got a real problem here.
And I like Analyze This and Analyze That. I think they're both funny.
They're okay.
All right, guys, let's talk really quickly about Best Supporting Actress. This was a category that kept kind of bouncing back and forth all through award season. We've seen wins by Angela Bassett, Carrie Condon, Jamie Lee Curtis. It was kind of a pretty evenly spread out moment, but most pundits kind of had Angela Bassett winning tonight.
Not this pundit.
Yeah, Frank and I both picked Angela. You picked Stephanie too. I would have been thrilled with her winning, but we were all wrong, and Jamie Lee Curtis took it. Now, that moment was wonderful to see, and we've kind of talked already a little bit about how this was a career win for Jamie. But let's talk about Angela Bassett's face really quick.
She was really happy, wasn't she?
She was hurt.
I always think that it's unfair to film
The
the losers in that moment, because it's like when
People
you're
have a reaction.
people
They're
are allowed
natural.
to be sad and disappointed when you don't get to win an Oscar.
100%.
And I think that it's going to become like an unfortunate me moment because she had a resting bitch face, is what it looked like.
She was heartbroken.
Yeah, I think that's a
Yeah.
more accurate like
And
terms of what happened.
she's 100% justified in that. And I think you're right. I think it sucks that we had to see that and that it was so clear through the screen of how much she was struggling, and as everybody else was getting up to clap for Jamie and she just stood there sitting. And I respect her for that and for being honest and genuine and not trying to put on like a happy face. Because I think with both of them, to some extent, it's a career acknowledgement for each of them. I think if you really look at it, I do believe Angela had the stronger performance. If you're just looking between Angela Bassett and Jamie Lee Curtis.
I would agree, and like that specific monologue that she gives when she talks about like losing her whole family and that she's the queen of Wakanda, like that was such a powerful moment.
Yeah.
And I was just like so enthralled with her character, and I felt like the performance that she put on, no offense to some of the other people, like she carried that movie.
Yeah.
Like she threw it on her shoulders and made it respectable. Her and the Enoch Huerta, who played Namor, were probably the two people that I thought were the standouts in the film.
See, I agree with everything you said. I'm going to pivot for a second.
Okay.
And everything you said is 100% accurate. I agree with everything. I wish you could be that objective with the best song. And break it down the same way.
Fine, let's talk about best song, you guys. Naatu won for RRR, as it should have.
No.
All three of us picked different songs. Okay, Jeremy, I know you just picked a song, but of the nominees, who would you have voted for? Of the ones that you heard tonight?
Not that one.
I'm not asking you if it would have been that one. Who would you have voted for?
The one I voted for, or possibly Top Gun.
Okay. Frank, you went with Top Gun.
Yeah.
Now, their arguments to me are that
It's not a good song. That's the argument.
It's not a good song, and I get caught up in the performance. Here's the thing.
The music's not good. It's not about the lyrics.
This isn't the Grammy Awards. We're not awarding like
Well, it's called best song. It needs to be the best song.
But from a film, it's not a bad thing to have a huge cinematic experience within the moment. And I genuinely believe that the two of you are just shut off to it because you don't understand the lyrics. As I've said to you before, Frank, when I play Spanish music, you shut down.
That's not me though. This is bad music.
It's neither here nor there what like the argument about like if I understand what the lyrics are. To me, the song won because of the cinematic elements, the dance sequence, the transition, and the chemistry of the main characters and how they represented it throughout the song. But that song isn't going to play on the radio ever. But if we look at a song
But
from
if
like
it did, I'd be, you bet
But-
your ass, I would be windows down, blasting that music, and like dancing down the iPhone.
But like we've heard "Hold My Hand" from Lady Gaga. We've heard like in previous years like songs from Encanto and Frozen and other songs that have been huge radio
Or even
successes.
Rihanna.
Yeah, exactly. That were more deserving based on production quality, lyrical content, all of those things that are important to a song and not just a scene to a film. And that's why I think that was a better song and that should have been the choice that should have won.
I don't think it's a bad thing that to get wrapped up in that excitement and the energy of that scene.
But it's not because of the song. You could have literally played any other like upbeat dance song to that number and it would have carried the same way.
I disagree.
No, I mean, but like the song that Rihanna does for like "Lift Me Up While You Hold Me Down," like just those two lyrics right there are way more impactful and better than the translated lyrics that I understood from Naatu Naatu. And that's just my opinion because I'm a lyric content guy. That's what I think that is important in a song. Are the words. Call me crazy.
And call you a good divorce lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife defends her positions on movies and things
I
more
believe
so
the
than like.
exact quote was, "I will literally divorce your ass." Yep. Have I missed anything?
If any of our listeners or viewers are divorce attorneys, please get at me.
Look, I love you.
Our next
dearly.
episode is brought to you by Morgan and Morgan.
Look, I love you very much, but both of you were wrong, and that's
Two against
okay.
one are right.
It's okay for you guys to be wrong about this. I'm just gonna let it happen, and we're gonna move forward. Because Naatu Naatu is a great song. It's a great number. We got a great performance, and RRR is a great movie. And if you haven't watched it yet, you absolutely should. So that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Same. I'm done talking about it.
All right. Any big surprises in any of the wins tonight?
We've already discussed the big surprise.
Well, I know Jamie, but
No, not too much.
oh, God, that wasn't a big surprise.
I think Women Talking winning for adapted screenplay, while not necessarily a surprise, was a great homage to a well-made film that probably would not have gotten recognized anywhere but the Academy. And I think that was a very important moment because it's just a really great film that should be required.
So let me go scorekeeper here. Everything that all three of us agreed on won. Were we ever collectively wrong?
Yes, we were, because we all put Elvis for makeup and hairstyling, which did
No.
not win.
Oh, okay, we did.
No, yeah, the Wakanda Forever one.
Yeah.
Ruth Carter.
But for the most part, things that we collectively
Anything
agreed on.
else that we collectively all agreed on, yes, did win.
Okay.
So
The only one that was a miss for all three of us was makeup and hairstyling. Also a miss for all three of us was costume design, but I had gone with Babylon. No, I had gone with Elvis, and you had both gone with Babylon.
that's not specifically about the times we all three agreed.
Yeah,
So for the most part, we did pretty well.
I would say so.
Yeah.
So see, it's better when we're a team, right? Is that what that means?
Sure.
Things would be very boring if we agreed all the time.
All the time. We wouldn't have a show. We wouldn't have anything to talk about.
It's like, I like that movie. Yeah, me too. Well, that's this week's episode.
That movie was great.
I will say that I was glad that they put all the categories back in. regardless of, playing people off and having maybe too long of a monologue, I like that they let everybody back into the main telecast. They didn't have us, finding out awards and stuff before the show even started, which I was really happy about.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's hard because this is filmed and produced in Los Angeles. So right now it's not even 9 o'clock
Right.
Yeah.
over there. So for them, the party is just getting started. We're here on the East Coast. It's 11:45. Yeah, well, it's past bedtime for a lot of people. So it's hard to have this accurately represented and get the timing correct and do it right. But it's something where, especially with daylight savings time, we're all out of whack. But I'm not.
Double whammy of a.
Yeah.
If the show has to go 5 more minutes to give each one of those people an extra 45 seconds to talk, I'm here for it, right? They're not going to cut off the Brendan Frasers and the Jamie Lee Curtises and these big stars and things like that. But again, the people who work their whole life, that normally you will never know their name, to not give them the opportunity to thank the people that got them there and give their speech. Those are the things that I just, that's what I tune in for. So like I said, cut back the monologue, do a better job of, positioning things. Oh, one other thing before we keep going. What did you think about the paid in-show advertisements that like Warner Brothers did and Disney did for their film studio for Warner Brothers and their upcoming pictures and current releases and things like that, and then what Disney did specifically for The Little Mermaid, introducing their own.
Well, as I mentioned,
trailer.
as it happened,
Yes.
was not a fan.
Yeah, it was almost felt kind of like paid promotional.
It cheapens the.
It did feel a little weird with both of those instances.
It kind of reminded me of a YouTube video where someone starts plugging a product in the middle of the video. And while we're at it, I would like to plug Staples pencils. Staples #2 pencils. Get them at Staples. We've got you covered.
Number 2 on the pencil, number 1 in your heart.
That's right.
Yeah, it did feel weird. Look, the Oscars has always been a night where we'll get 1 or 2 big trailers for big movies that are
during the
coming.
commercial.
Yeah, and that's
Sure.
totally fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a little bit odd
But
Yeah,
to do it in the production
to
of.
do it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, to
wasn't a
bring
fan.
out Melissa McCarthy and Chloe Bailey to do that was like.
And then who did it for Warner Brothers?
The Animaniacs.
I forgot who it was who did it for Warner Brothers, but
Yeah, I'm struggling to remember right now too, but obviously it happened and then they presented.
it was Morgan Freeman and
Margot Robbie.
And Margot, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it just, like you said, it kind of cheapens it. You
Yeah.
could have easily just did a fade out lead in into the
Yes.
into
That
the
would have
commercial.
been entirely fine. Just
Yeah.
fade out, do that.
Yeah. All right. Before we wrap up, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about from tonight's show?
Do you have any predictions on the host for next year?
Ooh, the Muppets, because it's always who I want to host.
This has been a running thing for her for a long time.
Please, you are missing a huge opportunity, Academy, by not having the Muppets host.
Sure. Then the Animaniacs.
Be realistic, Jeremy.
Oh, I thought we were pretending. I thought we were in the world of make believe.
No.
Because she's hot right now in comedy and she's got a great tour. And she was actually recently talked about during an NBA broadcast. I think Taylor Tomlinson would be a fantastic choice. I think she would do a good job hosting the show and doing a good set and keeping the show moving and keeping things in line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the comedian? I just watched his special the other day. Not Nate Bargatze, who also I think would also do very well.
Chris Rock.
No, he's Asian American.
Ronnie Chang?
Yes.
Yeah.
Love Ronnie Chang. I think he would be a great Oscars host.
Yes. He's also excellent on The Daily Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has
Jeremy,
been.
do you have a choice? Or are you gonna stick with Animaniacs?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm again it's always the Muppets is my choice. Anyway, this has been our reaction to this year's Oscars telecast. I'm sure we'll have a couple more tidbits and things to talk about next week in our episode when we are back talking about Running Man, our next spotlight pick of the week. What, Jeremy? You look like you're gonna say something.
No.
If you get it,
Have you watched it yet? It was
Not yet.
Okay.
I wanted to wait.
We're not gonna get into it, but I just want to know that much.
Yeah, we will. There's a lot of other great things out in the theaters right now, by the way, to see. Scream 6 is phenomenal. 65 is really, really fun and is not getting its due on the Rotten Tomatoes score meter. And Creed 3 delivers on everything you would want from a Creed
Did
movie.
it knock you out?
So it did. And it's a great directorial debut for Michael B. Jordan, right, Frank?
It's an excellent debut for a very solid franchise, and yeah, there are some really cool sequences that he puts together in this that work really well.
So we'll talk about those a little bit more, along with some other new stuff that we are watching. Check out Daisy Jones and the Six on Prime. It is so good. They're doing a great job adapting that book. Anyway.
We're going to go watch The Last of Us now and call it a night.
Yes, we are. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at BSLS Podcast, on Facebook as well. And check out our other videos here on our YouTube page, or you can listen to the podcast wherever you
Maybe
find
we
your
should host the
podcasts.
Oscars next year.
We should. Why don't they have big fan? I would 100% audition if they had like a fans Oscar host moment, but that'll
Yeah,
be
stage,
fun.
look out on the crowd and be like,
Yeah, exactly. I'd get up there and be like, okay, never mind, this is a bad idea.
I have to do it with my
mistakes were made.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next week. That's a wrap.
Right, so I'm going to go turn this off.
Turn us off.
Outtakes.
Obviously, I think you can edit